There are hundreds, maybe even thousands of items in Hypixel Skyblock, most of which can be crafted, dropped by mobs, or found in dungeon chests, all ranging from just a few thousand coins to hundreds of millions. But that's not the case with every item. In this video, I will be taking a look at some hard to find, and in most cases completely unobtainable, priceless items of Hypixel Skyblock. The first item is the Eternal Crystal. Out of everyone on the server, only one player owns this talisman. Not because it was a stupidly rare item, but because it was only craftable for a very short time after Skyblock's release. In addition to this, during the time it was craftable, not many players were trying to get talismans, as they were seen to be pretty useless. Because the strongest mobs only had a few thousand HP, players did not need to increase their damage after a certain threshold, but one player still decided to craft this talisman, which was a very good decision for him. There may be other players who have this talisman in their possession with their APIs off who haven't played Skyblock in ages, but as far as I'm aware, there's only one of these in the game. And because Super Tier, the player who owns this talisman, doesn't want to sell it, it's likely no one else will ever have this item. The next item, of course, is Technoblade's Potato Crown. What makes this item so valuable is not only that it's a one-of-a-kind item, but it was given directly to Technoblade. If he were to sell this, which he never would of course, it would go for well over 10 million coins. And if you think that's unreasonable, just wait until we get into some other items in this video. Similarly, I'm a Squid Kid's silver medal would certainly be worth an unreasonable amount, due to it being a one-of-a-kind item given by the admins to a popular YouTuber. I'm unaware what offers he's gotten for this item, but I'm sure they're well in the billions. Although none of these items would ever be for sale, it would be interesting to see how much players would be willing to pay for such an exclusive and rare item. But before we continue, a quick word from our sponsor, Tradery. Have some items to trade? Tradery is the perfect place for just that. You can search for any items you want to trade and make an offer. Once you have a trade lined up, you can chat with other players to work out the deal. They even have a review system which lets you know how trustworthy and reputable a user is. You can use Tradery to find tons of items which can't be sold on the auction house, such as minions, special farming hose, and much more. There's tons of other features such as giveaways, contests, hot items, and more. Link in the description. And now let's take a look at not only a priceless item, but the most expensive item ever sold in the entirety of Skyblock's existence. And this was one of the few Black Storm chestplates. You may recall Refraction buying a Black Storm set for around 4 billion coins, and although that was once the most money ever spent on an armor set, it certainly isn't now. And keep in mind, the 4 billion spent was for a full Black Storm set, not just the chestplate. However, a different chestplate was sold not too long ago. It was auctioned by It's Pricks, the owner of Skyblock C and the guy with YouTube rank with around 27,000 subscribers. Speaking of 27,000 subscribers, we're only 17.4 thousand subscribers away from that milestone, so I'd appreciate it if you could help me reach that. Also join my Discord. However, because the auction house bid limit is integer limit, which is 2.147 billion, Pricks couldn't auction it in-game, so he auctioned it through an exotic armor Discord server, Exotic Cafe. That way, he could sell it to the highest bidder through the trade menu. And for those of you who don't understand why the Black Storm chestplate is so valuable, here's why. Basically, during the first day of Floor 7's release, any armor piece crafted made out of wither armor would not be affected by the color change which was supposed to take place when crafting any of the Necron, Storm, Maxor, or Golder armor. The thing is, you can only do this for about a day after the release of Floor 7. And because of how difficult it was to complete the floor at the time, only 2 of the Black Storm chestplates were obtained. They've circulated between quite a few people, but most of them were sold for around 1 to 2 billion coins. However, due to inflation, and because Refraction will probably never sell his Black Storm chestplate, lots of players interested in exotic armor wanted to go for this item. But let's look at the auction for the Black Storm chestplate. It started off with a 1 billion coin bid, and then quickly jumped up to 2.5 billion, then 3 billion, 3.1, 3.25, 3.5, 3.6, and then to 4 billion. This is already double what these chestplates typically were sold for, but it certainly wasn't over. But I don't want to bore you with more bids, so after going all the way up to 5 billion, a final bid was placed, for a total of 9 billion coins. This purchase will undoubtedly raise the value of these 2 chestplates, but it will be interesting to see how much this will be resold for, as I'm pretty sure the player intends on flipping it, because he's sold pretty much all of his items to afford this. But anyways, I hope you enjoyed my list of some of the most expensive items in Hypixel Skyblock.